What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Captain's Corner podcast. And before we get into our pre-recorded part of the episode where we go through our preseason 32 rankings, power rankings, we just wanted to recap the Sharks Preds global series that happened over in the Czech Republic. Obviously, the Preds came out on top in both those games, and so they're 2-0. They were the first games of the season, and yeah, it was kind of weird. They happened like Friday afternoon, and the NHL's not really recognizing them as the start of the season. They have Tuesday as opening day, but these were the first two regular seasons like, games of the year. Um, Obviously, yeah. So the Preds won both. They won Friday 4-1, and they won Saturday 3-2. Both teams used different goalies in both games. Yeah. So Shearwood for Nashville had the first goal of the season, assist by Ekholm and McDonough, and then Hurdle scored to tie it up in the first period. Assists to Meyer and Kunin. So it was 1-1 after one. And then the second period happened. Tolvin scored, assist to Smith and Glass, and then Niederreiter scored with assist to Fairbury and Sherwood, and then Duchesne scored in the third period to make it 4-1. The three stars of the game were Sherwood, Hurdle, and Tolvin. Shots, if you're looking at the stats, it was pretty even throughout the game. Nashville had 32, San Jose had 31. Face-off percentage, San Jose actually did better, 54% on the face-offs. Each team had 4 power plays. They were all over 4. 23 hits for Nashville and 22 for San Jose. Then, obviously, San Jose had more blocks. They had 23 and Nashville 11. And then San Jose had 8 giveaways. Nashville had 3. And then San Jose had 3 takeaways and 4 for Nashville. And just looking at the stats, obviously the UC Saros played great for Nashville. Really high on him. He was 30 for 31, and he had a 968 save percentage. So he had a pretty good sharp game there. Meanwhile, James Reimer got the start on the other side. He was 28 for 31 with a 903 save percentage. So pretty good game there. It was like a fast pace. I thought Saros looked great. I watched a little bit of the game. I watched a condensed version of the game. Just looking at the numbers, Cody Glass got in 12 minutes, Forsberg 16, Ekholm 21, McDonough 21, Yossi with 24 leading the way for the team, and then Matt Duchesne with a goal had 17 minutes on the ice. For the Sharks, time-wise, they had who they have? Carlson played 26 for them, so big minutes for him. He didn't have any minuses. LeBlanc had -3 on the day with 16 minutes. Vlasic was -1, 20 minutes. Farrow, 24 minutes. He was playing with Carlson. And so, yeah, that was game 1. Game 2, though, it was 3-2 final. Lincoln got the start for the Predators, and Kakinen got the start for San Jose. So with back-to-backs, they went with 2 different goalies. Each team went with a different goalie. San Jose got the scoring started with a goal from Kunin or late in the first period, I'm sorry. Then Niederreiter scored with assists to Johansson and Yossi. Then Couture scored right after 10 seconds after to retake the lead. And then Forsberg scored 2 minutes later with a assist to Duchesne. Then Niederreiter scored late in the second, and then there was no goals in the third period. Niederreiter was the first star, Farrow, and then Yossi. This one was definitely played better by the Sharks. They looked a lot better, but once again, the goaltending was just better for Nashville. I think Lincoln's a good backup for them. Shots on goal were 33-18 for the Sharks leading that. Face-off percentage was 50 to 49%. The Sharks were 1 for 4 on the power play, while Nashville was 0 for 3. PIMS, 8 and 6. Obviously, Nashville hit San Jose 33-23. They outblocked San Jose 23-16. Giveaways were 8 to 9, and then takeaways 11 to 6. So, yeah. And San Jose came out strong in the third. They had 15 shots in the third, but just couldn't capitalize to tie it up or take a lead. So, but yeah, Lankinen, he was 31 for 33 with a 939 save percentage, while Kakinen was 15 for 18 for an 833. So definitely the goaltending hurt San Jose here. But yeah, great way to start. That was a good two teams. In my opinion, I love the teal of the San Jose Sharks. So super excited to see them play in those. And they were good global series, honestly. Like, obviously, not the top teams, but two good games to start off the season. Obviously, now we look ahead to Tuesday. Teams will have their roster set today on Monday for the deadline. And then Tuesday is one game to get started. Like I said, Tampa Bay at the Rangers and Vegas at Los Angeles. So really excited to get hockey going. Next Friday, we'll have a bunch of games to recap and a bunch of games to look ahead at for the weekend. So super excited for that, guys. So be sure to give that a listen. And then now we got coming up, we got our 32 preseason power rankings. I recorded this before the San Jose Nashville games. So that's why it's, obviously different. So this is just quick audio, and now we'll get back into the regular part of the podcast.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Captain's Corner pod. Obviously, you guys just listened to the recap of the first two games over in the Czech Republic. Just did that on just audio, quick recap after the games, nothing too crazy. But yeah, here's the bulk of the episode. Here are the power rankings. And these were recorded on Friday before the season started. Obviously, today is Monday, so there's been two games between San Jose and Nashville. So, but nothing too crazy. So I wanted to get into our power rankings. I'm going to try to do these every month. The last podcast of every month, I'm going to do a power rankings, all 32 teams, lay them out, who I think is best or worst, and a little bit of a blurb about them. Nothing too crazy. Don't want to go too long. But definitely want to talk a little bit about each team and where break them down. So like I said, going to do this once a month. Each week we'll have a top 10 we'll release on our Instagram and Twitter. Obviously the top 10 teams, power rankings in the NHL, I think. Then obviously this will break down all 32 teams. I don't know where you guys want me to start. I don't know. Let me know if you guys in future episodes if you want me to start last to first to last. I'm gonna start from last and work my way up to the top, just because then something to build up to. But so let me know what you guys think. What you guys want to hear. I'm always willing to do whatever you guys want. So, but yeah, 32. Not hard here. Arizona Coyotes team really heavily rebuilding. A lot of young kids trying to build draft picks. Don't have an arena, and they're number 32. They're going to finish dead last and probably get Connor Bedard. And he's going to play in Arizona. It's going to suck because he's such a good player. But he's not going to go to a great market. But it's Arizona. Sorry, Arizona fans. I do like the Coyotes, but you don't got much going for you right now. So 32, Arizona. 31, a little interesting. I could have gone either way here, but I went with Chicago. They're a team that's dedicated to the rebuild right now. They sold off a lot of pieces in the offseason. Most likely going to try to move some more pieces at the trade deadline with Kane and Taves. Don't really have goaltending. Peter Mrazek's not great. I think it's going to be a long year to be a Chicago Blackhawks fan. And so I'm going number 31 with the Chicago Blackhawks. Number 30, I'm going with the San Jose Sharks. Young team. I could see them climbing a little bit higher than this, but they're just such a young team. Tough contracts. Goaltending's tough. Yeah, not high expectations for the Sharks. So they're number 30. Number 29, Montreal. Some people had them lower, some people had them higher. I could see them growing. Could also see them being lower. Obviously, they're in a little bit of goalie limbo right now with Carey Price being out, and who knows if his career's over. They've rebuilt some guys. They got Suzuki. Their defense needs a little work, in my opinion, but their offensive core is going to be good under Marty St. Louis. They got Cole Caulfield. I expect a big year. I think Kirby Dach's going to have a bounce back year. So definitely a team I could see climbing also. Seattle Kraken. I just don't know if they have the goal scoring there yet. Obviously, they got Matty Benier. They're going to Seattle Kraken are number 28. Sorry, I just don't see them having goal scoring like at a consistent level. They got Matty Beniers up there now. Don't think Shane Wright's going to make the team, but maybe he'll probably play a couple games and get sent back down to the juniors. But I don't know. They're a team that they did it different than Vegas. They're building for the future. So I got Seattle at 28. They're going to get some picks. They're going to trade some guys off. They got Grubauer, but see how long they stay with him. Maybe they'll want to move up to get Dreger up there. So that'll be interesting. 27 Philly. I could see them plummeting far this year. Tough team. Carter Hart needs to have a good year. Kind of a make or break year for Carter Hart. Team that has a lot of question marks around them. Do they rebuild? Do they have to add pieces and kind of retool a little bit? Definitely going to be an interesting year to watch under Tortorella with Philly. So that's Philadelphia Flyers at 27. 26, we got the Anaheim Ducks. A lot of young talent, but they're not going to be there yet. I think they have a great defense core. They're just going to get the consistency on offense is the big key for them. And can they stay consistent goaltending with John Gibson? And who's going to step up and lead this team, obviously, with the departure of Ryan Getzlaf. So 26, Anaheim Ducks. 25, Buffalo Sabres. Similar team, young team, a little younger on the D than Anaheim. Goaltending's a bigger question there, but I do like their moves they made with Comrie. So big question there. Can they take the next step and take a step towards being a playoff team? Who knows? A lot of questions. So I have them at 25. 24, Columbus Blue Jackets. I like their goaltending, like the moves they made this offseason. Their defense, top 4D is solid, in my opinion. They're a team that they're always kind of around. It's not going to be the top in the league, but they're going to be around. So I could 23, Los Angeles Kings. I don't know. I really don't know much with the Kings right now. I don't know if they're an old team, a young team, mix of both. What's this next step for them? I don't know. I really don't know tons about the Kings right now, so it's going to be interesting to find out this year. But I have them at 23. 22, we got the Detroit Red Wings. They acquired a lot of pieces this year, but still a lot unknown. Can these goalies? They have two goalies. They're paying a decent amount. Who's going to be one? Who's going to be two? They can split down the middle. Going to be interesting to find out there. 21, Ottawa, another team. I think they're a little more established, younger. They're younger and a little more established. So those players, I like their skill a little bit better than Detroit. That's why I had them ranked a little higher. Goaltending should be decent. So yeah, definitely a team I could see making a playoff push this year. 20, Dallas, they're dropping. They're a declining team. Got a young core, but such big contracts. Who knows what's with them? Is Ottinger their guy? They paid him. They kept him around like he's going to be their guy. Had a great season last year. Let's see if he can continue to improve. 19, New York Islanders. They're a team that's, in my opinion, on the down. They're tight against the cap, getting older. Yeah, they're a team that I think they'll be a little bit of a decline there. Vancouver Canucks, so much question there. I don't know. I thought this team was going to be good last year, and they weren't. I don't know. It's going to be another. That's why I have them mid-pack. Don't know what's going to happen with them, but I have the Vancouver Canucks at number 18. Number 17, the New Jersey Devils. They added some veteran pieces in the offseason, improved the goaltending a little bit, and we'll see if they can keep Jack Hughes healthy to keep him scoring points for them. A team I do like. I think they're on the up and will continue to climb. 16, Winnipeg Jets. Can't count these guys out. They're a veteran team. They got the goaltending. They got the leadership. They got the defense. That's just, can they get the right coaching to keep it together? And that's why I have them at 16. 15, Boston Bruins. If they stay healthy, they'll be in the mix. They won't be lead the league. And the goaltending needs some, they have some solid goaltender. They got Swayman Allmark. Does one of that guys take the reins and become the true number one? But they got a veteran team, and they're giving it last kick at the can, really. Who knows? 14, Washington Capitals. I could have swapped Boston, Washington. I don't know. I think Washington's a team on the decline, too. Aging team, injuries. I don't know. It's a team that's definitely on the decline and looks like they're heading towards a rebuild soon. Who knows? Could be wrong, but they're getting old. 13 Nashville Predators. I love their team. They brought a lot of guys back. I could have put them higher in my opinion. I don't know why I didn't. Love their goalie UC Saros. They got a veteran team. They got guys that can play, guys that can score. We added Ryan McDonough. It's going to be a fun team to watch this year. 12 Pittsburgh Penguins. Can't count these guys out when they have their big three there. Kept them together. The goaltending was fine last year. Let's see if they can sneak it back into the playoffs and make a run. 11 Vegas Golden Knights. A lot of question here. I couldn't drop them lower. Could have had them higher, but couldn't drop them any lower than 11 just because of all their offensive skill. Goalie's a question mark, but they have guys that can put up points. They got Pietrangelo. They got some defenders that can play. It's just goaltending's the big question mark there. And staying healthy because they don't have cap space. 10 Minnesota Wild. Love that team. Love the way they're built. For the most part, just love the way they play too. It's good. Gonna be a fun team to watch. Flower maintain his level of play? It should be interesting. 9 St. Louis Blues. Their team, they're staying around the same. They keep their core together. They play a tough style of hockey. They can put up points. Can Jordan Binnington have a good season? Be interesting to see. He had a good end of the season. And obviously, they signed Jordan Caillou. They kept their core together, kept their young guys, signed them towards 8 years, so they're going to keep them around. 8 New York Rangers. A lot of people had this team lower. I like how high on the New York Rangers. They kept their core together. They have their goalie. Defense is solid. They have Adam Fox. I don't know. I think Lafreniere takes another step, can cackle, make some plays, but they signed who did they sign? Niederreiter? I don't know. They signed some good guys. Like they're going to be there. They're going to be back in the mix. I think they're another team that's making a push for a cup. 7 Calgary Flames. I think I should put New York higher, but I put 7 Calgary Flames. Like the moves they made this season. Kind of mixed it up a little bit and see if they can. The core wasn't getting in there. Obviously, those guys that want to stay there, Gaudreau and Kachuk. So they had a great defenseman in Uyghur and not Huberdeau. So they're going for it. They got the goalie Markstrom. It's a year they can go for it. 6 the Oilers. They improved in goalie. They have Connor McDavid, and they still have their defense. So they're a team that they improved in goaltending, and that's what hurt them last year. And let's see if Jack Campbell can be their solution to help them get over the hump to the Stanley Cup. So definitely a team I could see climbing. You can never count them out with Connor McDavid. The guy's so good. 5 Toronto. Goaltending should be so. I don't know. It's questionable. Matt Murray, Samsonov. Be cool, interesting to see what they do there. If they can establish themselves as their goaltenders, but they kept their team together. They got Matthews, they got Marner, so they're gonna put up points. It's just, can they keep the puck out of their net? 4 Tampa, you can't count them out. They got Vasilevsky, they got their core, they got Kucherov, they lost a couple guys, they lost McDonough, but they expect Sergachev to take a bigger role with them. So definitely excited to see them. They're definitely a team that's in their last couple of years, I think, of their prime, and definitely going to keep trying to go for that cup as much as they can. They don't really care about the draft picks right now. They'd rather go for the cup, which that's what you play for, so they're going for the cup. 3 Carolina Hurricanes. I love what they did this offseason. I know they're missing Pacioretty to the second half, but they added Brent Burns, who's an older guy, but I think he'll fit well in the system. And they lost a couple guys, but I like their team. I like the goalies can get healthy. They'll be fine. 2 Florida Panthers. They could have been 1, but you can't leave the champs off number 1. So Florida's number 2. They kept their core together, and they're going to go back for the cup. That's all you can say. They kept their team together. They won the President's Trophy last year. It's now, can they get into the playoffs and make that deep run? And number 1, Colorado Avalanche, the reigning champs. I can't drop them. They lost some guys. They lost Kadri, but their goaltending is different too. But they still have Cale Makar. They got Nathan McKinnon. They got Landeskog. They're a team that they're still going to be solid. They might not be as dominant in the regular season, but who knows? They might pull Tampa, not be as dominant in the regular season, turn it on for playoffs. They've been there before. They know what it takes to win it, and so that's why they're number one. They're the reigning champs. So that's our preseason power rankings, guys. Let me know who you have, what you would have changed. I'll try to do these once a month. And yeah, I'm super excited. The season's here, guys. So we'll catch you in the next week's episode, and follow us on Twitter to get latest updates for games and stuff. We'll be tweeting them, trying to talk about it. So join us on that. But thanks for listening, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.